Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do it well and teach this truth with all honesty and sincerity. Salutations to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth with all honesty and sincerity with great diligence to wake up the hopefully elect of Israel. Shalom to you Israelite foreigners scattered among the heathen, looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel through your father's lineage, and you hold and render this truth and follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few, sincere Akwathium that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to, which is in all subjection, reverencing your husband, being his pillar of rest. This is your brother Azor from GMS St. Louis, and I came across this video, and more you're seeing, these women, predominantly the so-called black woman, man. You see these videos with the so-called black woman being manhandled, being without a covering, being without protection. And, this is something that they fought for. This is something that they took pride in boasting and bragging about, not having a man, not needing a man. And you see that they need a man. They don't need a man until they need a man. You ran to the oppressor. You got women out here running to the oppressor to take out their protection, which is the so-called black man, the Judite man. You got women conjuring up devious schemes to have the so-called black man eradicated. Then what does that leave for you and the children? You see? You were created to be up under a man. And the man that y'all run to for some sort of relief, air quotes, from the so-called black man is the main one putting his foot in your ass. All these divestors want to divest, and then a great majority of them end up unalived by the by the man they ran and divested with. And they not in these scriptures. They don't know what the hell is going on. All they know is they've been given liberty to do as such, not understanding that it's going to bite them in the ass in the end. And we at the end. And we see it manifesting. I'm going to play a little bit of this video and grab some precepts. And Lord willing, you be edified. And you women that do not fit that description, you understand. And see just how good of a case you're in by being under that protection from a man. Not only from things like this, but also a man is going to advise you and guide you things that are not in the best interest for you or the family as a whole.
A black mother from Florida was beaten and violently arrested by white police officers while picking up her child from school. In October, Erica Magriff, 39, went to the school gate to pick up her daughter, but was stopped by a white police officer named Randy Holton. Holton accused her of illegally parking at the intersection and not turning off the vehicle. Previously, Magriff's driver's license had been revoked, and she chose to leave when questioned by police officers. Magriff had an argument with Holton, and then Holton suddenly stepped forward and wrestled with Magriff. During the conflict, Magriff shouted for help more than 20 times. She also said she couldn't breathe, but Holton did not let go of his control over her and ultimately arrested her. In addition, the school principal stated that 2 other black women who were watching were also arrested for violating Halo law by not maintaining a 25-foot buffer distance from the scene of the case. After the event-related videos were widely spread on social media, the chief of the city police department issued a public statement defending the police involved and praising Holton's actions. At the same time, it completely denies the allegations of police brutality in law enforcement. Magriff was ultimately charged with assaulting law enforcement officers, violently resisting arrest, and driving a motor vehicle during the revocation of his
Hey, you see? You get your ass whooped, and you're charged for all those counts of criminal activities. And you see, following these scriptures, you have a better chance of avoiding things like this, man. But you see, these women got so much liberty to just do as they please, and they don't get it, man. They don't get it. We behind enemy lines, and you're looked at as an enemy as well. But see, this devil used you women as a tool. Used you as a tool, man. And now that he's done using you, now what? You're a prey. You're a target, man. All the strong men are bound up in prison, child support. The women been saying to hell with them, forget them, we don't need them. You know, they F nigga free. And majority of these women had this hatred toward the black man because he tried to put some type of order and decency and order and structure in a household. And they want to be outside. They want to do bald head, ratchet hoe shit. Now, not saying that that's all the time the case, because you have those cases too where, Jake be a lion in his own house, which the scriptures tell you not to be. But for the most part, they just want to be free to do all type of shit and reckless, careless. Um, but again, the scriptures warned about these things. This is the book of Micah, chapter 7, and verse 9. I'll start at verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. See, and this is the mind of the man that has to endure these hardships, these trials, these tribulations, because we have sinned. We fell short of the glory of the Lord, man. And we go through these things as their recompense. Trouble with the woman, with this system. Esau Edom, being executing that rigorous oppression. So we bear that, man. The righteous man bear that and be patient and trust in the Lord, man. Waiting upon the Lord. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street. You see, and we see this, man. We see this so much. And now, you have some sprinkles of women that saying, hey, man, I need a man. I want a man. And I've been saying that it's going to take for dangerous situations to come about, those perilous times. And they see that you can't run to your oppressor for some fucking safety because he wants to harm you. All that pitting men against women will so your ass can end up a prey for him in the end. These are bloodthirsty men, and they don't give a damn who they inflict harm on. And they love to go after the weak, man. But you women have hey, you have made your statements against the man. So how many men gonna sign up to protect you women? You so-called black women who've been the loudest at disrespecting the so-called black man. So go to the book of Mark 3 and 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods. You see, the woman, the children, his possessions, those are his goods. Except he will first bind the strong man, which child support, being incarcerated, parole, probation, all these things have the strong man bind it up, man. And then he will spoil his house. You see? And we seeing the strong man's house being spoiled, man. These women and children are being preyed upon by the very same men that these women thought that they could get some type of security and safety from. The so-called black man was the least of your worries, man. Hindsight, looking back, I'm sure you see that. You made it easy for the so-called white man. Let's go to the book of Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus 8 and 1. Strive not with the mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. You see, and the scriptures tell you, man, that you're supposed to agree with your adversary quickly. These they in power, so you make as less of a confrontation with them as possible, man. So you can get up out of there, man. You see, these women love to be quarrelsome and boisterous, and Esau Edom is looking for a reason to choke you out, strangle you, and beat you up, and say that you're breaking the law, you're resisting arrest. You see, the perfect snare to do what he want to do to you. Let's go to the 36th chapter. In verse 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. The point being, where no hedge is, the man is the hedge for the women and children. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, man. And we seeing that more and more as these days, you know, go on, man. We at the end. Um, let's go to the book of Matthew. Chapter 5 and verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. You see? And exactly what happened. And you taking heed to these scriptures is the very thing that our people, the Israelites, do not seek to take counsel from, and wonder why they end up in these situations, man. These scriptures and the law, statutes, and commandments supposed to be your go-to. We're behind enemy lines. What else do we have other than to depend on the word of the Lord and to trust in Him? You see, these women have made it a trend to talk against the very being, creature that was created and is your protection from the outside world. And you must understand that the so-called white man is the Lord's sword on the left-hand side. He uses the wicked to afflict the wicked. You must know that. So what, to keep out of the snares of Esau, Edom, you got to follow the Heavenly Father's law, statutes, and commandments, man, to the best of your abilities behind these enemy lines, man. Let me see. This is Psalms chapter 17 and start at verse 7. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand them which put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. We are behind enemy lines, man. The trusting in the Heavenly Father through His Son Yahushua is our only hope, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures, They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. See, this man Esau, Edom is the Lord's sword, man, on the left hand side. So being pleasing to the Heavenly Father is how you can try to get as much mercy from the Heavenly Father from these evil men. These jakes that's getting jacked up by Esau Edom, man, it's judgment. It's judgment, man. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and the covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. You see, so this is you know uh, what a man is one of the purposes of a man. Toward a woman. You see, our duty is to serve the Heavenly Father, man. First and foremost, man. And two, to give protection unto the woman, our family. But what good does that do a man if the woman looks at you like trash? Looks at you like you're nothing because you're oppressed right along with them behind the enemy lines. But they call upon you and need help when they see that this man isn't fair. This man is the wicked man. This is what they're set up to do: be wicked. You see, and these women uh, get some sense when danger happens, man. All that pride goes out the window. All that shit talking goes out the window. They looking for somebody to help them. Um, and Esau Edom, he doesn't get off scot free. You see, he's been a trick bag this whole time, man. This is Ezekiel 35, and I started from the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. Which Mount Seir is an old habitation for Esau Edom. In those cliffs, in the rocks where they dwelled. Petra, Mount Seir, Basra, all these places are habitations and strongholds of Esau Edom, just like America and Europe today. And say unto it, Thus said the Lord, Behold, the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You see? So they don't get off scot free, man. The Lord had them set up for judgment at the end all along. You see, and this final judgment is going to be perfectly made for Esau, Edom, and 2/3, and some of these heathen nations, man. A lot of these heathen nations gonna be judged as well, because y'all had a hand in afflicting us, man, and furthering the affliction. You see, and this is why, even though the Lord has us on punishment under these heathens, this is how He feels about the nation of Israel. This is Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. I'll start at verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. You see, America is the daughter of Babylon, man. One of the nicknames for America, daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, um, a great city, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. For thus deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. You see? So even though that we're on punishment and we're oppressed under these heathens, man, we still the apple of the Lord's eye, man. So you better know it, that these heathens' judgment is around the corner. Don't fall for the trap that Esau Edom has laid out for you. You women, think, man. Think about what you're doing. Get into these scriptures, man. This is the lamp, man, that you need to be to move uh, through this valley of the shadow of death. And a man, remember, you was created to be under a man, not to be a single thought in a ratchet harlot, man. You was created to be under a man. Hope this has been an edifying lesson. I'm gonna say Kwame Asharala, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.